All right, welcome back, y'all. It's episode 93 of Genius Take the Wheel. Obviously, if you're part of the replay gang, salute! Shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily. I stole that from him. Please hit the like button and all that good stuff. If you're watching the replay gang, if you're watching live, thank you for joining me on this ride. Mohammed Mustafa, how are you doing today, man? How are you doing? So yeah, this is episode 93. Today's Thursday, May 2nd. And as you guys know, if you see me on the stream, I'm probably coming from a heavy leg day. And at least for the time being, I am wiped. Right now, which car? Today, I am in my 2022 BMW Z4 M40i, which is the top trim. There's only two trims. You have the S Drive S30i and then the M40i. That's where all the horsepower is. Are they gonna force me to go south? Come on, I want to go south. All right, so a bit about today's training. So a bit about today's training, and then I have a topic. Okay. Yep, they're forcing me to go south. God damn it. All right, well, I'll live with it. So a bit about today's training. As you guys know, I work really hard to make sure that I get a mini PR pretty much every single time I go in to tack legs. And, oh, thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, man. I'm trying to grow this platform little by little. If you are a fan of mixed martial arts, Muhammad, go on and read the description of this live stream and go sub over there to the Talking Shit podcast. We cover all the UFC events live. We do a live watch party over there if you care about MMA. If not, you can just stay subbed over here. And I still appreciate you. Okay, let's see if there's somebody else in the comments, but I cannot read them until I have come to a complete, total, safe stop. So please bear with me. So today's training, obviously, for those who have been watching me for a while, my current resistance level on the heavy leg press is 405 pounds. And so I think that's what, 180 kilograms for those non-Americans scoring at home. What's up, Bangla? How you doing? On this channel, I post 3 times weekly, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Coming over from the gym. Who's over here? What up, Viles? Wow, I have not seen you in ages. Wow. Wow, man. Viles is a really, really good graphic artist, y'all. Helped me with some thumbnails way, way back in the day on this channel, actually. Okay. So, 405, 405 pounds, heavy leg press, or I believe that is equivalent to around 180 kilograms, maybe 78 kilograms, some shit. You guys can translate that for me in the comment section. And if you guys watched last Thursday's episode, it was a post-mortem that almost was my post-mortem, one of the worst sessions I've had. And that was 5 sets of 10 repetitions at 365 pounds. One of the worst experiences I've had in the gym in years, but I made it through. So I went up and weighed on Saturday anyway, but cut the volume. So I went up to 405 pounds, 5 sets, 5 repetitions. On Tuesday was 6 reps. Well, 5 sets, 6 repetitions. And today was 7 reps, 5 sets. So 5 sets of 7. So 25 total reps on Saturday, 30 total reps on Tuesday, and 35 reps today. And since this is the heaviest weight I've ever worked at, it is always a personal best every time. And it sucks almost every time, but I've got a lot of inspiration for what I do. Oh, you're from India? I part of my lineage, part of my ancestry is also Indian, but I'm mixed race, probably mostly Black American, and I am in the great city of New York, in the state of New York, in the country of the United States, or as some of us would say, the divided states of America. But anyway, so first of all, I have to, give a lot of props to my main lady, Mrs. Evil. I don't think she's in the chat today. She might be lurking in the background because I just got a text message that my breakfast is already ready, and so I need to rush home and try to eat that because I have to rush out for a session with a client very, very soon. So I don't really like to rush my nutrition, but I cannot. I need those calories, especially after what I just put myself through. But anyway, shout out to Mrs. Evil. I appreciate you very, very much, lady. So I did the sets, but here was what was a little bit. Well, I'm going to explain the second part that was different later, but the more immediate thing is that there's this dude at the gym that is all roided up, and you can tell by his posture, body language, mannerisms, the dude is a living, breathing ball of misery. I'm pretty sure he makes good money. For a guy who's like 5'4", he has, a good physique. Obviously, he's been overly consuming Trenbolone sandwiches for a long time. He's just generally an unpleasant person to be around in the gym, and I've noticed this working out at this gym or training clients at this gym. So he was breathing down my neck because he was working with a client. I didn't want to get in the middle of what he was doing, but let me just kind of. He's a douche, and I'm pretty sure if he was sitting right here in this passenger seat, and I say, "Short King, are you a douche?" And he probably would say, "Yes, I am a douche." He probably would go so far as to say he is a douche canoe. I digress. He had a client, and he wanted to know how many sets I had left, and I let him know I got 4 sets left. Is it going to take you an hour? It's like, dude, that was unnecessary, and you knew it. But of course, you're just being yourself. So I don't get mad at the guy. I used to be annoyed years ago, but I realized that certain types of people cannot help who they are because that's who they are, and you can't really blame them for being themselves. You can only blame yourself for letting them control your emotions if that is in fact what you do. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you got guys putting a bunch of plates on the machine doing half range of motion reps that are really pretty much worthless. And I'm lifting lighter weights than your guy and working way harder. I'm PRing every single time I come in this building, and you want to make stupid comments about, um, how long it takes me. Now, here, guys, mental. There's an elevated mental game here. Okay, not that goofy. LOL. This is a 2022 BMW Z4 M40i. And yes, I am headed home. Okay. I got to hurry up and eat these eggs so I can work with my personal training client in 26 minutes, 36 minutes. Okay. So here's the extra meta game. There's the lesson I have, one of the lessons I have for you today, guys. I could have gotten annoyed and I could have taken more time, but that would have only hurt me to try to spite him. So what I did was I took the pressure of him breathing down my neck as a challenge to progress my training in a particular way that I don't really care to progress my training, but nevertheless, it is a legitimate measure of progress. So we talk a lot about how much weight are you lifting, how many times are you lifting it, how many sets. But what we don't talk about is how much rest do you take in between sets. And so let's say you're doing 5 sets of 5, some Mark Rippetoe starting strength type stuff, right? And you're working at the same, resistance level. You could probably say, hey, I'm plateauing. I'm doing the same amount of work as I did before. But if you took 5 minutes of rest in between sets the last time and 3 minutes of rest this time, that's actually a mini PR. You may not know this, but it is a mini PR. Okay? Now, I took the pressure from the douche canoe as a way to not just progress the way that I was trying to progress, but to condition my body to withstand more physical stress in tighter time frames. Because to be honest with you, I really don't want 3 warm-up sets and 5 working sets, which is 8 total sets. I don't want it to take me 40, 45, 50 minutes. I want to get in and get out. Going to Disneyland Paris in 2 months. Nice. I will be, what's up, Malachi? How you doing? Me and Mrs. Evil, because Mrs. Evil will be running in the Berlin Marathon. We are going to Germany in September. So I am starting to get a little bit excited for that. But anyway, back to the story. So I took his assholery to help me push myself harder in what I was doing, which was a stark raving success. I really put a lot of pressure on myself to use less rest period, even though I'm still mini PRing by adding extra repetitions onto every single set. So I am going pretty aggressive. Now, for the other part, because that's really one of the lessons I wanted to tell you guys. When other people are acting stupid, you have a choice on how you are going to process that, right? You can choose to get upset and let them dictate your emotions to you, or you can work through the BS and then you make the choice on how you are going to approach that encounter or how you choose to process that encounter. So if you've ever heard that phrase, it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it, how you react to it. It's very much true, 90% of the time. And 90% of the time, it's 100% true. So I could have taken his attitude and let it fuck with me, or I could have let put me in a position where then like I am trying to be spiteful to him, but it would only waste my own time. So the second lesson that I have for you guys today, okay, is, there's a lot going on in the internet. The gender wars are, hot and heavy here in, Western culture, especially here in the United States. But I want to share something with you guys that I think is absolutely of vital importance to the quality of your life as men. Okay. Now, for you guys that are RP aware, I stand with you. You need to look further than the surface level because there is a lesson for you guys to learn here. Yesterday's training session, I had to hit heavy chest. Now, the PR is adding repetitions, not weight. I had the Smith machine incline at 175 pounds, and it was 4 sets of 7, but I went for 8, and I was able to get it. Then I followed that up with a barbell bench press because I was lucky enough to get a spotter. And my goal was 4 sets of 7 repetitions, but because I had some positive thoughts in my head, and I'll get to that in a second because that is the second lesson for today. I went for the gusto and I went for an extra rep. And let me tell you guys, that was difficult. Okay. Absolutely difficult. But I was able to do it. And I'm going to explain to you how. Okay. A lot of, and a lot of the red pill, on a lot of the red pill platforms, they will tell you the truth about the realities of dealing with women in our modern era. What they are not telling you is that the examples that they give you are of the loud minority. The reality is most women are actually worth dealing with, and when you pay attention to the women who are not shouting from the rooftops how much they hate men, women can really increase your quality of life. So let me tell you guys something, right? I go into the gym yesterday, cool with a lot of the dudes that are, in my home gym. And I knew that Mrs. Eve was going to come down and Joy Walking was probably going to follow her. She wasn't really feeling that well yesterday, but I knew that, they were going to be coming down. So I had a little bit of extra motivation, and it has been proven, scientifically proven, that when men have a visual of attractive women while in the gym, their performance increases, not decreases, increases. So anytime I'm in any gym, I am hunting for a woman that's at least a 5 out of 10, right? At least an average woman that I can at least visualize trying to impress so that I can be a little bit mentally tougher in anything that I'm doing. So I knew the ladies were coming down, and I don't know, it filled me with a lot of confidence. But that wasn't just all. Okay. I set up a meeting with a woman that I was seeing, dating over 8 years ago. And, I never lost any attraction or feeling for her. So a few days after my father died, I reached out to her because I was looking for photos of my dad and I couldn't find any, but I found photos of her and it made me want to reach out to her, and she reached back. I'll talk about that story probably sometime in the future. I don't want to get too deep into it. But I knew that I was going to be meeting with her like a date. It was pretty much a date. And so knowing that, and I had that visual that I was going to be meeting with another very attractive woman, the performance went up. So I was able to hit performance metrics that I wasn't really expecting. They weren't really on the docket, but it pushed me forward anyway. When the ladies did come down towards the end of the workout, my focus also increased. So the quality of each repetition went up. So I'm just improving on all metrics. So I end up going out with this woman, And she is not like the biggest feminist in the world, so I had no problem paying for the date. No problem whatsoever. She was not entitled whatsoever, and she showed me a lot of respect. And so, because of that, um, I had no problem picking up the tab. So, you ladies out there that are talking about men are cheap and men are this and men are that, you need to understand. Wow, no turn signal, huh? Nice. Oh, Jersey driver. Figures. Just swapping lanes everywhere, no turn signal. Pulled up on my bumper while changing lanes. Good job, guy. Good job. And anyway, I took her out, and we ended up out later because some woman approached us at the bar and then like started talking to us like a lot when we were trying to leave, but we were just kind of being gracious. I guess she had a few drinks in her, and she was really using her gift of gab. And I ended up dropping. I ended up dropping the lady off that I took out, um, and I did not get home until about 2 a.m. My alarm was set for 6 a.m. to get into the gym, right? So, guys, you should know that your performance will decrease if you don't get enough sleep. Your ability to generate muscle, to recover and to grow muscle, uh, it will be inhibited. Your strength performance will be inhibited if you do not sleep the way you're supposed to. That is just the reality. However, because I had such a wonderful time with this woman, and even though it did cost me sleep, um, I had a positive, um, I had a positive mind frame that put me in a position where my performance was able to increase despite only sleeping about half the amount of time that I really needed. And I was probably two and a half short of what really gets me to good performance. And I still knocked it out the park with a douche canoe breathing down my goddamn neck. So, what is the moral of the story, guys? All of these guys saying that, women are just liabilities and women are this and women are that, they're not telling the full story. Yes, there are a lot of modern women that have a lot of issues with being useful to society, or more useful to society than the liability that they create with their uh, insistence on consumption, and really not their uh, commitment to reciprocity. But there are a lot of good women out there. And when you find these good women, you must acknowledge them because they've earned it. And you have to allow them to enrich your life with their presence. And sometimes it's not just their presence, it's the fact that they are respectful and they show you respect and care, not necessarily deference, but respect and care. And when you meet women like that, you cannot ignore them because of all of these other modern women who are shouting from the rooftops about how much they hate men. I'm telling you that those women are the loud minority. I promise you. I promise you. They are the loud minority. They absolutely are. And you cannot allow them to skew your perception of what all women are or what most women are. And here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be talking to you guys about this because of a different dating experience I had on Sunday night, just a couple of days ago with a different woman. And I'm going to explain to you the difference, okay? Um, there are a lot of women that do not represent themselves very well, but are still good women. And there are a lot of good women who are not looking for external validation all the time, and they're not shouting from the rooftops all the time, and they're not screaming, look at me, give me attention, give me attention. The majority of the really good women are not really making themselves visible, so some of you guys are not seeing them. for who they are. So I just kind of want to put that thought out there, guys. Pay attention to all of the women that you see. Pay attention to all of them because you might be um, kind of bypassing a lot of good ones because of a lot of the rhetoric from the annoying ones. Don't give all of your attention to women who suck. Give your attention to the women who are worth spending your time on because those women will make it possible for you to do things that you didn't really think was possible. Anyway, I'm up out of here. I gotta go shovel this breakfast down post workout. I will see you on Saturday morning, y'all. Peace.